Good morning and welcome to Monday Matins. Today we're going to talk about death. I know we've all been surrounded by it, impacted by it, or maybe trying to hide from it for the past many months. Even if we've not lost any friends or loved ones to COVID, and if you haven't, you've been very fortunate because of the many, now hundreds of thousands of people who have lost their lives to it. But if you haven't, chances are good you've lost someone to cancer or age or something else because time marches on. As Gary and I were concluding a Zoom meeting on Friday evening, we received a message that a dear friend had died. On Sunday, at the conclusion of worship, we received a message that another friend and colleague had died. We cannot escape death. It is indeed a part of life. Death and taxes, right? Yet, despite the inevitability of it, it tears us apart when it comes. Whether we lose a loved one suddenly or following a lengthy illness, we are left heartbroken and reeling. Depending on our theology, our life's philosophy, we deal with it in different ways. But no matter how we deal, it hurts, and we can't wish or pray away the pain. And if it's our own illness and imminent death we're facing, that's a whole different ball of wax, and even heavier stages of grief through which one must journey. Yet we have loved people through this process time and again as they've journeyed with grace and peace, preparing for the new adventure to come. And oftentimes we've seen that their greatest concern has been for those they leave behind. So, for those of us who are still here, still grieving, I share this from Jan Richardson. She reflects on the death of her husband. One of the things I learned quickly after Gary died was that death has a way of tearing open our hearts toward eternity. We are no longer residents of this world only. We no longer move only in this time. It is one of the strange and beautiful effects of intense loss. Even as I continue to make a new life in this world, I am keenly aware that my heart is held by one who lives beyond this world. And that means my heart lives both within and beyond the borders of what I can see and know in this world. We live in these two worlds, except that it's not really two worlds. Somehow now and eternity are bound together in a deep mystery. This is a day to remember that even in the pain of sharpest loss, somehow we all live in one world, and death does not release us from being in relationship with one another. This is a blessing about that. As we both grieve and celebrate our beloved dead, may we know how they endure with us, holding our hearts and encompassing us with a fierce and stubborn love that persists across time and distance. She calls this blessing enduring blessing. What I really want to tell you is to just lay this blessing on your forehead, on your heart. Let it rest in the palm of your hand, because there's hardly anything this blessing could say, any word it could offer to fill the hollow. Let this blessing work its way into you with its lines that hold nearly unspeakable lament. Let this blessing settle into you with its hope more ancient than knowing. Hear how this blessing has not come alone, how it echoes with the voices of those who accompany you, who attend you in every moment, who continually whisper this blessing to you. Hear how they do not cease to walk with you, even when the dark is deepest. Hear how they encompass you always, breathing this blessing to you, bearing this blessing to you still. As we close today, may we ask Spirit to enfold us with healing and courage, with the gift of tears and the gift of memories. As we breathe out, let's go for let's let go of our profound need to be in control of our emotions and that need to stop grieving on a set schedule, because there's no schedule and grief is grief. And let's breathe in, allowing Spirit to fill us with peace so that we might know that death is just the next step for each of us and for each person we love. And while we hate saying goodbye, while we are devastated by the loss in our lives, the hole that is left in us and in our lives, solace does come bit by bit, day by day, sometimes one tear at a time, but it does come. May you find beautiful blessings this week, and may you count every single one of them. Bye bye.